Good day, love. Coach Tensi here, wishing that this moment finds you well empowered and supported in all ways. We are digging into the self-healing mechanism. I know that you've talked about, or maybe you've heard about, intermittent fasting, and we're going to dive into something that you may have heard of that like years back. We first started talking about intermittent fasting, Fulu Child, in our first masterclass that we ever did. It was back in 2018. No, back when we were coaching clients one-on-one in 2017 was the first time. Okay, so anyway, I just wanted to get a little deeper into that because I know that many of us in the Freedom Tribe are or have experienced chronic conditions that needed to be managed at some point in time, whether you've already reversed it, which I'm grateful that that was the case for me, but sometimes you just need a little extra push, right? So this is something that will aid you, or maybe a friend. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Now, this is not specific to only people that are experiencing chronic conditions. This is for everybody, really. If you are interested in longevity, if you're interested in holistic health, aging gracefully, if you're interested in optimizing your body by, just being your best, healthiest version of yourself, then this is for you. And guess why? Also, it's for you because it don't matter what your budget is, okay? It don't matter if you are, making the abundance of currency and things of that nature, and everything is popping, and you don't have any thought to how much your grocery bill costs, or if you do have some thought to how much your grocery bill costs, because it's low-key really expensive these days. Anyway, so this is a free thing, and all it takes is a little bit of listening to your body and timing. So first off, intermittent fasting. This is something that people make really complicated, and for good reason, because one thing that they haven't told us is that the female body is completely different from the man's body, and because of the plethora of hormones that we have, from progesterone, estrogen, and there's of course testosterone, which is in common with the guys, and so on and so forth, we need to time things a little more attentively to our monthly cycle, okay? So let's say you were like me and in your 20s or late teens, you began birth control. Okay, maybe that resulted in you having a missing cycle. So maybe you don't have a cycle anymore. I have not experienced that personally. However, I know that happens to a lot of women, which is highly unfortunate. However, it's what it is, okay? Because we do need the cycle to detoxify and to thrive. Okay, so if you don't have a cycle, whether it's because of that or if you don't have a regular cycle that you can predict, then something to keep in mind is you might time it to the moon. So if you're in menopause, postmenopausal, time it to the moon. New moon, day 1, okay? And keep it going through 28 days. So there are different phases in the cycle, and a really great book to read about this is called The Fifth Vital Sign, which dives into tracking your cycle so that you can time feasting and fasting for optimal health, okay? But let's just talk about baseline things on a regular, something that's generally safe, whether you are breastfeeding or nursing or otherwise. And that is utilizing intermittent fasting in this one way. So the timing window after you had dinner and before your first meal of the day. That's the timing window, right? So you had all that time, you went to sleep, hopefully, and you woke up and your first thing that you're eating, you want that window to be at least 12 hours, okay? So if you're breastfeeding, you don't want to take it really far. So 15 hours is a bit of a stretch, but depending on how much you've been cleaning your vessel over time, you might be prepared for something like that, okay? It might not be an overload to your system. Now, what happens when we intermittent fast in this one way, where we just like condense? This is what Dr. Mindy Pelz, the author of Fasting Like a Girl, she calls it condensing your eating window. But the whole point of this is to allow for the time that you're not putting another load on your body to break down all the stuff. This is the time where your body gets to optimize. It activates something called autophagy once you have spent 15 plus hours intermittent fasting. Autophagy can also be stimulated in other ways, so you don't have to fast. You can do high intensity interval workouts. You can do many other things. Certain herbs that you can consume, like Irish moss and spices and things, also support autophagy. Autophagy is a really big word. All it means is your cells are kind of like a cleanup crew is happening, spring cleaning happening in your body, and they're getting rid of all of the gunk and the waste and the things like that, and they're swapping it out, optimizing, allowing for healthy new cells to come on through for you. So with that being said, you want to utilize this because it'll help give some more energy. It will also help your body heal those things that have been very difficult to heal, whether it's a chronic condition or otherwise. Utilizing this as a tool is something that will change your health, and it doesn't cost a thing, okay? Now, one thing to be mindful of, especially being a woman, our hormones are set up different, okay? So we need to make sure that when we do fast, we are timing it to our monthly cycle, okay? That way we're not overloading our body with hormones whenever at the same time that we're trying to detox, because those will be stored as fat, and excessive fat in the body that's not properly being burned or optimized. After a certain point, it becomes a detriment. It gets in between the organs and things. So we just want to utilize whatever we can, okay? Because heart disease ain't no joke. All right. So that window between dinner and breakfast is gonna be the jam, okay? You don't have to start off eating like the Buddha, okay? I don't know what his diet was anyway. But you don't have to start out raw vegan and plant-based all the way in order to benefit from this. But just condensing the time of the day that you are eating will be helpful, okay? When we are fasting, just keep in mind, during ovulation, right before your cycle starts, those are times you don't want to be fasting. Those are the times where your body's going to need some nature's carbs. So yam, i.e. sweet potato, if you can find purple potato. If you're in the Caribbean, or yam. All of the different yams, or if you go to the Indian food store. But really, those healthy carbs, fruits, veggies, lentils packed with protein. And protein is, it's a myth or whatever. However, it does give amino acids that are necessary for the body. Quinoa. Someone mentioned to me like many different other carbs. If you're interested in Dr. Sabi's list of healthy carbs that are non-hybrids, you can check out our nutritional guide. It's free on our website, fuluchild.com. So if you need a food list. Keeping it simple and just getting that eating window down, even if you have all of the things you're not quite proud of when you do eat. That's okay. It's okay. We all start somewhere. Tap into this because you can, because you deserve to feel better. You deserve to have more energy in the day, and you deserve to have a way that you can reclaim your health holistically that won't break your bank no matter what season you're in, okay? So sending love, sending encouragement, And I'm gonna get back to Omi because I think she's hungry. Take good care, loves.